Hello and welcome to Most Haunted. This theatre was originally built as a circus in 1885. It's been many things and it's seen many tragedies, not all of them plays, with strange noises and feelings and full ghostly apparitions. I just had to bring you to the Oldham Coliseum.
This building lies as close to the heart of this Lancashire town as it does to the affection of the local community. Renowned as one of North West England's finest theatres, the land on which it now stands was once used for mining. The building was constructed in 1885, but due to a decline in popularity, was briefly used as a cinema in the 1930s. Despite suffering misfortune, both on and off the boards, the Coliseum remains the people's theatre to this very day.
Animals performed here. Buffalo Bill's Wild West Theatre performed here. Fred Carno's circus, which travelled all the way from Scotland right down to the south of England, also performed here. Someone that was with Fred Carno was Stan Laurel. He performed here. And also one of his friends, Charlie Chaplin. I have a theory that famous people have a special aura, a presence, energy, and I believe that they leave a little bit of that behind, usually somehow recorded into the fabric of the building.
The ghost of Harold Norman reputedly haunts here. He's been seen standing in the circle area, staring across at the stage.
The day that he first performed here, he was stabbed in a sword fight. He was playing Macbeth. He managed to crawl off the stage into the wings and was treated by a first aider. But weeks later, he died of blood poisoning. And his ghost still returns here. His ghost has been seen wandering the building, and his ghost has been seen sitting up here, watching plays.
Unexplained noises are known to come from here, the bar area. Clinking of glasses and furniture has been known to move all on its own. Staff feel uneasy down here under the stage. They often get the feeling that they're never on their own and that they're being watched. Many of them have also seen shadows moving slowly from side to side.
About 3 weeks ago, I saw a ghost in the paint shop. Only a fleeting glance, maybe about a second, and then he walked through a closed door. It was just a black shadow. It was 5 foot and it looked like a man just from the build of it.
A man in black has apparently been seen walking from the circle through this wall and into the wardrobe department. This must have been a very popular place because the ghost of a Victorian lady wearing a black dress has also been seen in here, along with the sound of very loud, heavy, ghostly footsteps.
But guess what? The ghost is believed to be that of Carl Paulson. He, from 1959, was manager, General Dog's Body, and they've stated the man that always wandered round alone at night and locked up. He was first in the morning and last out at night. But they believe it to be a woman in a black dress. Carl Paulson was also an actor, and he played women on many occasions.
So who does haunt the Oldham Coliseum? We have 24 hours to find out.
The Coliseum boasts a lot of weird and wonderful paranormal activity, but would this unusual location offer any further clues to parapsychologist Kieran O'Keefe?
Kieran, is there anything in particular that you are going to be looking out for this evening?
Well, in terms of phenomena that's being reported by eyewitnesses, the main thing is apparition. So the focus is on capturing something on film or photo. That would be the main thing.
So what do you think about superstitions? If I was to say Macbeth, apparently we're sitting on a stage, I'm supposed to, horrible bad luck is supposed to occur.
I'm a psychologist. I have a very rational outlook on these sort of things, and I certainly don't adhere to the superstition idea. I think it would be great maybe if the team is investigating tonight, if anybody's up for it, to constantly refer to the word Macbeth rather than, say, the Scottish play, and see what happens.
So if we all walk out on crutches when we...
It's my fault.
We've invited spiritualist medium Derek Akora and guest psychic Ian Lawman to join us at the theatre. They arrived separately and with no previous knowledge of this building or the tragic past that may still haunt it. But would the most haunted crew be entertained, or are we all in for a night of severe stage fright at the Oldham Coliseum?
So here we are. Does anything sort of come to mind straight away as you come in?
Well, it does actually, Ivy, because as we've just walked forward there, 2 seconds ago it wasn't there, the energy, but suddenly it is at the back of me. And this energy, most definitely, although he's not showing himself, it's a man, it's a male. And I feel that this man, I don't know, the only way I can say at the moment is if I've got a grievance over something, you know, he'd walk around, all round this theatre, even in the higher parts. It's like him looking back. Now that energy all changes because there's a lot of joyousness and everything just coming out from the stage. And it's like as if he's snapping his whip. Ladies and gentlemen, and he's looking and what have you. And there's animals, there's monkeys, there's all kinds. Welcome to the circus. Welcome to the circus. And the energies are just flooding out here from top to bottom. OK, Sam's making me aware that there's a spirit girl here as well. And I feel she's had something to do with the way I feel here is I've got horses in energy, horses around me. You know, it's like as if I'm getting accidental, something to do with horses and her losing her life. They're also showing me, I don't know why, but they're showing me this group of people, some kind of fire. There's a fire involved as well. And there's a little boy who comes here, a little boy. He's the one that goes around the staff at times when they're going through the doors and whisks past people and does this. The little boy. Who's the little boy? Tom. Tom.
Prior to Derek's arrival in Oldham, our other guest psychic Ian Lawman had spent a short while exploring the theatre. He too had sensed a similar spiritual energy.
I felt like he would have been a boy who would have walked round here.
Yes?
Quite a mischievous little thing. I feel like some of the ladies would have felt certainly a pinching sensation or would have sensed him walking around.
Oh, this man's come forward. He's coming forward. Come on. Who are you? You're most welcome. Converse with him, Sam. Okay. Harold. Is that his name? Harold. Harold.
What's his ask him what his surname is. Sorry, Derek.
What's his surname? Can you get his surname? Come on, bring him a bit closer for me, please. Bring his energies in if he wishes to. Harold. It sounds like Norman. Norman or Norm. Norm. Harold. Norham. What?
You're right. You're right, Derek.
Okay.
Yes.
You okay?
Yeah, okay, all right then. Okay. Oh, take the energy off, take it off. There's a condition of a man who, what was that then, Sam? He keeps on saying he doesn't believe it was an accident.
Who was the person, from what you're getting, it's like he's been stabbed?
Yes.
So who would the person that would have stabbed him?
Who was the person that did this? He was an actor just like himself.
Can Sam give us a name for this other actor?
Can you give me a name, Sam? He goes from Jack to John. Jack, John. Is that the same person? He gives me those two names, Ivy.
Okay.
Jack, who must have been John.
So it's the same person?
I believe so, yes.
Did Harold die here in this theatre?
Did he lose his life here? He did. He did.
Right.
Sorry about this. This is the energy.
Yeah, no.
Okay. His role was the important one. Macbeth.
Mm-hmm.
Macbeth. He comes all around this theatre, and at times he's sorry. He is sorry to alarm people. He is sorry, but the soul can't come to terms with the way he lost his life, and he's still believing in his spirit body right to this moment that was it an accident?
In addition to the presence of a young lady and a mischievous young boy, Derek may have sensed the agonised soul of the actor Harold Norman. But does he still have a score to settle? And what other phenomena will the night hold at the Oldham Coliseum?
The f is that over there?
Our investigation in Lancashire is already gathering pace. Despite the pleasure that a theatre performance brings, some souls are far from happy that they can't leave at the final curtain. As we head into the stalls, we wonder which other spirits may still exist from this building's past.
Oh, wow. It seems as if both sides of my mind are being drawn here and up there. So there's someone, when I say someone, there's an energy that localises itself quite regularly up here. And I feel it's a person who, although they're not actually showing themselves at the moment, who returns to an area up there. You know, we often talk about poltergeistal activities and what have you. This place, this theatre is rife with it. A lot of the stuff I feel that's gone on here would be attributed most definitely to Harold's movements and also the boy.
Are you getting any indication of what the poltergeist phenomena would be? What sort of things?
I feel it's drummed up absolutely by the speed of when the little boy and the young girl, the young lady, have actually come into the atmosphere in visitation, and because of their excitement, they're boosting those energies, just like in life. Poltergeistal experiences do take place invariably in a high percentage, you know this, Kieran, with young children.
Yeah.
There is also, I'm aware now, while we're here, of a man who has also worked here at some time. I feel he had something to do with the mechanics or something of this theatre. I don't feel he passed away here. He passed away in a natural form, but he worked here. I'm aware of a man who was quite slim, thin in physique, very sharp, high cheekbones, lost a lot of his hair, dark-haired in his time, wears something on his hat, like a flat cap or something, a cap that was turned round. And I feel his energy at times returns there, and also around this orchestra pit.
Is there a name with this person?
It sounds like... Am I pronouncing that if I say Ennis? It sounds like George Ennis.
George Ennis.
Ennis.
Ennis. What time period would he have worked here?
Oh, gosh. OK, can you give me the time period for him? Now, because you've asked that and you just placed it in front of me here, let's hope that's, you know, what it is. Hope fitting with him. But I got 19 and then 1, 2, 12.
Okay.
Oldham's Coliseum Theatre appears to house a complex mixture of energies, with Derek sensing several spirits around the ground floor of the auditorium. The first floor wardrobe department may look harmless, but ghostly apparitions and unexplained footsteps have been frequently witnessed. But what would we encounter in here?
Today, yes. Okay. Oh, yeah. It's around here. Okay. As we've just walked in now and we've come to this point, I'm very aware, Evie, of the way I describe it, a negative energy, an energy that I suppose doesn't really appreciate us being here. He is, again, I'm talking about a male now, and this man, I feel when he was in the physical life, he had a very, very, very short fuse of nature, bad-tempered, and also a man that had some kind of way about him. The only way I can describe it is a sadistic way about him. And in actual fact, the energies that seem to be surrounding me now as it's building up, I seem to have this man in very, very, his covering is like sacking. Mm-hmm. Now, like the trousers, like a jacket, all of the same material. I would say the energies that I'm getting here now with this soul is that he would have been better belonging to maybe a mill or a place like a mill. And I feel in his time he's done some, you know, when he was in his physical body, did some despicable things.
But why would he be here in this building?
At this point, I don't know. I really don't know. I was asking myself that question when we first walked into my mind. What is this soul doing here? He certainly does not evolve to the period of time as what this building is now.
It looks very modern, doesn't it? It looks...
But this was his area, and this is where I feel at times if a lady or a gentleman was working in here at any given time, they would... he's a sneak of a spirit. He's a sneak. And he would do things like, you know, breathing and, you know, making lewd sounds and stuff like that. As far as physique and what have you, he was shorter than yourself. He wasn't a tall man. And I feel facially with him, he had some kind of, you know, the person's not happy with the way they look. So there was like a bit of an inferiority complex with him. And with having that and the way he was in demeanour, personality, flared him up to do ridiculous things.
Would you say it'd be a good idea later on for the girls to come in here and maybe try and provoke him?
As long as it's not too provoking, I suppose. But yeah, I think it's a good idea because I'm sure he's going to do something.
And maybe with somebody standing outside the room, just in case they get too spooked.
Yeah, absolutely.
You say it's quite a negative spirit.
Yeah, he is a negative spirit.
Although theatres play host to a wide variety of human emotions, Derek feels that the Coliseum's wardrobe department contains only anger and deviance. We decide to leave this hostile male presence and, with our cameras switched to night vision, make our way around to the Circle Bar, where unexplained lights and noises have previously been documented.
Obviously this is the bar area,
yes.
And there's noises from the fridge and things like that, so... Does anything come to mind as you come in here?
I can't really make this out. It's like as if I'm getting a young female screams above people talking all at the same time, and this like screaming of some form. Now, I feel, again, this could be down to the young female that I talked about earlier this evening. Like I said, both herself and the boy moves round this theatre. I feel that they would have lost their lives, whatever was before this theatre.
Yeah.
The foundations or whatever building okay, is connected with these two young people. So it certainly wouldn't be the theatre that they're connected with, and would go back before no doubt the building of this theatre.
So when you said the young girl was connected with horses,
Yes.
that wouldn't be to do with what was here before, because you mentioned circus before.
Oh, yes.
It's before then.
Even before then. We've got so many layers of residual energy here, Evan. I've tried to carefully sift, you know, and separate, which sometimes it can be quite difficult if it's all coming at the same time. But I feel that these two young people, for some reason, I wouldn't be at all surprised whether this young lady, I don't feel that she would have been shown full figure, but I feel that she may actually show herself in like a shadowy figure, a move, not actually as if we're going walking across the floor, but maybe, you know, gliding above the floor and moving very, you know, gracefully.
The time period that Derek senses could coincide with Oldham's prominence in the Industrial Revolution, when both boys and girls risked their lives by leading horses into local coal mines. With so many tortured souls around, what other horrors can we expect at the Oldham Coliseum?
What the hell was that?
Good God.
There's something here with us, mate.
Our investigation has already revealed a principal player from this building's theatrical past. Does the ghost of Harold Norman walk here? And who is the small boy that both Derek and Ian have identified? We begin the night vigils with Richard settled in the circle area, whilst Kieran, Kath, Alex and myself headed towards the adjacent wardrobe department. We soon encountered a very strange sensation.
Smoke, burning.
Burning.
Yeah. Burning. Definitely burning. Where's that coming from?
Hello.
Can you smell burning? No, it's not here.
No, I can't.
Burning out here? Yeah.
Really? No.
It doesn't smell. That's not food, it's burning.
The burning smell wasn't detectable anywhere else inside or outside of the theatre, but may bear some relation to what Derek had sensed earlier in our investigation.
I don't know why, but they're showing me this group of people, some kind of fire. There's a fire involved as well.
With no historical references to a fire in this building, our sensation may relate to the coal mining techniques that once took place on this land. Leaving Richard on his own, we carried on into the wardrobe department, where we had earlier been forewarned of a belligerent male presence. To avoid any threat to Kath, Alex or myself, Kieran stood by, just in case.
I just think it's, I don't know, it's very dark and I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on what it is that makes me feel slightly uneasy in here. Are there any spirit people here in the room with us now? If there are, please could you give us a sign to let us know you're here? Can you move something?
Is there anybody here with me? I'm all alone in here. Just me. If there is any spirit in this part of the building, please make contact with me now. That was good. That was good.
Is there anybody in this room with us? Can you give us a sign? Make a noise.
If there are any ghosts in this building, Come out and see me now. I'm going to leave you now. You obviously don't want to talk to me.
Despite a prior warning of the apparent dangers inside, we encountered no activity in the wardrobe department and decided to leave.
That smell's gone now.
Yes. Yes.
Isn't it?
I can't smell it. It did smell like what wasn't food to me.
No.
It did smell like burning.
Yeah, there was a definite smell of burning.
It was that strong to me that I would have expected to open a door and see a fire inside.
Intrigued by the solitary response that Richard had heard, Carl and Stuart decided to investigate the circle for themselves. This area of the theatre is reportedly where the ghost of Harold Norman sits and watches the same stage where he once walked.
Are you here, Harold? If you are, can you do something for us, please? There's only me and Carl. My name's Stuart. Wasn't there a specific name we had to call out here if we wanted something bad to happen?
Oh, Macbeth.
Macbeth, that was it. So if we ask for Macbeth,
Yeah.
we're not going to get Macbeth. We're going to get something different now, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, basically, Macbeth is just, it's a superstition, an actual superstition that something could actually go wrong. Like, the play would either crumble or you could have a crash on the way home. And there's so many.
Really?
Oh, there's so many.
Also, it can't be just linked to this one place then?
Well, it's allegedly linked to just actors.
Ah, right. Okay.
But whether that's true or not. I mean, that's what we've all said it today, and we're all fine.
Well, yeah. Is there anybody here that wishes to communicate with me and Carl? If so, could you do so now? You see, the beauty of this is now there's no one else here now in the theatre. There's only me and you. All the rest of the crew are on the other side of the building now, so... What was that? What was that? Carl? What was that? That came from over there, that noise. What was that then? That sounded like a, what's it? I think a seat coming down. Well, there's a seat down over here.
The only way to check if this seat had just moved was to view the footage later on. We discovered that fortunately, Carl's camera had recorded this same area of seating a few minutes beforehand. The seat had moved, and the sound was almost identical to what Richard had also heard here on the Circle balcony. Curiously, on our only other theatre investigation at Drury Lane, we encountered the same phenomena.
Carl, where I was sat before, the actual, the bit that pulls down to sit on,
Yeah.
it's come down.
It's come down.
Yeah. It was up because I just had the camera on it.
I actually feel scared now.
Do you?
It's like something's in the back of my throat, and I have... Now, that might be due to shock here now, Carl, but I have actually gone cold.
Do you know what I'm getting cold?
No, seriously, you come and stand here now, and you tell me if it isn't cold.
Gordon Bennett.
You could... There's something here with us, mate. Honestly. Honestly, this is cold, it's not gone. This is chilly where I'm standing.
What is that?
I just...
It is, it's cold where you're standing.
What the hell was that? Did you hear that noise then? Hey. That came... Jesus Christ, that came from over that corner.
It actually literally came from over there.
What the was that? Harold, if that's you, and I hope we are getting your name right, can you please make another sound, a noise, or do something to us, so that we know that's you. The seat that collapsed, could you please do that again for us, Harold? Do you know, I actually feel scared now, Cal. For the first time today, I feel scared.
See that behind me?
Where? I've just caught an orb has just gone past the screen. Something danced in front of the screen then. And I'm actually getting goosebumps now all over me just talking about this. Can you pick him up on my arm?
I must admit, you don't look too.
Something else has just gone across as well. Harold, if that's you, can you do something for us again, please? That's very good. Oh, Cal. That's 3 sightings now I've had within the less than 1 minute. Go across this screen.
What do you say? We're going to stir it up with some table tilting on the stage with lots of other people.
That's a good idea. Okay.
Stop cameras and go back down, shall we?
Yeah.
Both Carl and Stuart have witnessed several astonishing incidents that all appear to heighten the sense of paranormal activity in the theatre. The distinctive movement of the seat, coupled with the preciseness of these light anomalies, left both Carl and Stuart shocked and amazed. Is this evidence that Oldham Coliseum is haunted? Our answer wasn't far away.
This could be paranormal.
Our investigation at the Oldham Coliseum has already produced distressing results. Carl and Stuart appear to have shared the circle seating area with the ghost of Harold Norman, who was tragically wounded in this theatre nearly 60 years ago and refuses to leave. We gather all of the crew on the stage, where we experiment using 2 groups of people who will simultaneously attempt table tipping. Having never tried this particular method, none of us knew what to expect.
Is there anybody here? Are there any spirit persons in this theatre that would like to speak to us? We don't mean you any harm. Could you try and talk to us by moving one of these tables on the stage?
Spirit people within this theatre, I ask of you to give us a sign that your life exists.
Everybody heard that?
Yeah. If you can hear my voice, good God.
What?
It's like something hot has just come right by my hand. Tom.
Yeah.
Are you is there a little boy called Tom here?
Yeah.
If there's a little boy called Tom here, please could you try and move this table, Tom?
We want you out. Want you out.
He wants us out. Who? Tom wants us out. Who wants us out?
The man. He's chasing me.
He's chasing you? Who's chasing you, Tom? Harold. Harold's chasing you.
Harold.
Why is Harold chasing you, Tom?
Because I've stolen.
What have you stolen from him?
Shillings.
What's your surname, Tom? What's your last name?
Harding.
Harding?
Yeah.
Tom Harding?
Yeah.
What happened to you, Tom?
I fell, I think.
You fell?
I think. I'm scared. Harold's coming.
You run away, Tom. Run away from Harold.
I always hid in the stage.
Did you hide under the stage?
Yeah.
Tom, if you go into the light, if you look for a bright light, you don't have to run and be scared of Harold anymore. He can't harm you. You don't have to be scared or frightened. Trust me. Your mummy and daddy will be waiting for you, Tom, and you'll be happy forever and ever and ever. I promise you. Are you there, Tom?
Elizabeth's there.
Elizabeth's there, is
My
she?
mum.
Is your mum Elizabeth? Are you hugging your mummy?
Yeah.
Oh, you stay with your mummy. And where you'll be now, you'll be happy forever and ever with your mummy and daddy, where you belong. Goodbye, Tom. Ian. Ian. You hear me?
Yeah.
You all right?
The energy that the small boy had channeled through Ian left our guest psychic emotionally drained. This spirit claims to have once hidden under the stage, but had he finally chosen to leave this part of the theatre? Kieran, Kath and myself felt sure that we could find an answer.
Is there anybody here in this room with us? Is there anybody down here? Any spirit people down here that want to try and communicate with us? Want to give us a sign? Please, can you do something? Can you move something? Knock on something? Let us know that you can hear my voice. If you wish us to leave, please give us a sign. Show us some lights so we know whereabouts you are. Please.
Oh! It's all right, it's all right. It's all right. It's just the generator. It's just that generator.
Why would it go off? It's not supposed to go off.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Why did that just come on?
I don't fucking know, but let's get the hell out. Ian. My legs have gone.
Yes, let's get out. Why would that have gone off? My legs are shaking.
It may have been just a generator switching on, but the timing of this strange occurrence, straight after my question, wasn't lost on any of us. The mystery continued later, when the theatre's manager confirmed that the generator is never programmed to operate in the middle of the night. Earlier on in our investigation, during Derek's initial assessment of the building, Stuart had been asked if he would venture under the stage on his own.
I would be prepared to come down here on my own and spend an hour, maybe 30 minutes.
Despite the massive fright that Kieran, Kath and I had already endured, he was still happy to sample this eerie part of the theatre on his own. Surely lightning doesn't strike twice.
I just cannot see anything whatsoever. Nothing at all. Is there anybody here? The fuck's that? The fuck's that? The noise just come from somewhere. It seems to be back there again where I've just been. If that was you making that tapping noise, could you do it again for me, please? This is crazy, this is... I've just heard another sound again on request, a bit like earlier on upstairs with the orbs. When I was asking for them, they appeared again. So it's a bit like this noise now. I've just asked if you could please do it again, and that noise has just appeared. Now I am down here on my own, you must believe me, there's no one else, only me. What the fucking hell is that over there? Hello? I've not been down here more than 5 minutes and stuff's already happening. I'm on my own, there's no one else here, and the shit's already starting to hit the fan. Noise that I'm hearing stuff now as I speak. Can you please do something else for me? You see, this could be paranormal. Then again, it could be anything else. We don't know.
Stuart is well accustomed to the possible paranormal and psychological dangers that most haunted investigations can bring, and has previously survived lone vigils for up to an hour at a time. But tonight he found this part of Oldham Coliseum far too frightening and hastily retreated from under the stage after just 4 minutes. With clear and precise audible and visual responses, bodily possession and apparent poltergeist activity in the circle as well as under the stage, our night in the theatre certainly hadn't passed peacefully. We carefully monitored each area of the building, but on this investigation we're fortunate that all of the apparent paranormal activity occurred before our very eyes.
When I arrived, I had great expectations because the stories were so good. This business of Macbeth and the curse and the actor that was stabbed and died, and the ingredients were fantastic, and it's the first theatre that I'd done. There was a nice incident when Carl and Stuart were up in the circle. They actually heard one of the seats lift itself as if an unseen person had actually stood up and moved away. That was good.
Was that? No, what was that? Carl?
In this particular case, you need to be sure none of the chairs would actually move of their own accord. And I don't mean in an instant, I mean over a longer period of time. So there would have to be this comparison of footage. But still, it's interesting in the fact that it ties in with some previous eyewitness accounts.
If you wish us to leave, please give us a sign.
When Yvette asked the question, is there anybody there? There was no response. And then when she asked the question, if you'd like us to leave, please do something now, at that particular point, the generator kicked in.
Please.
It was very loud. Kath and Yvette screamed and grabbed onto each other, and I even let out a little scream myself. It was the generator, and I believe that we've spoken to the owner and established that the generator doesn't normally kick on at that particular point in the evening, and certainly it's not a regular occurrence. It did coincide with the question, but at the end of the day, that could have been just coincidence.
What's your surname, Tom? What's your last name?
Harding.
Harding?
Yeah.
Tom Harding?
Yeah.
During an attempt at table tipping, Ian became possessed by what was apparently a small child called Tom. This particular possession was fascinating for me and very, very compelling because it was dynamically different to any possessions that we had witnessed before. It was very subdued, and the apparent spirit that was coming through was very apprehensive about giving information, and given their particular age, was equally apprehensive about even communicating with the people around the table. So I found it very compelling. Evidentially, it doesn't count for anything other than we know that there are spirits, or people have witnessed spirits around that they say they can attribute to Tom, a little boy. However, there wasn't any information given about dates or other names, but still fascinating stuff.
Audiences, beware. As well as an auditorium for entertainment, Oldham's Coliseum may just have confirmed itself as home for the haunted. Until next time, sleep tight.